Welcome to Learning English with Podcasts. Today, we are looking closely at a piece of hardware you probably used this morning without giving it a second thought: the zipper. They are sewn into the jackets we wear to brave the cold, the bags we carry our belongings in, and the boots we walk in. Mechanically, they are incredibly durable, yet they allow us to open and close garments with a single, easy motion. You can find them manufactured in almost every conceivable color and size. Because they work so efficiently, they disappear into our daily routines. We forget that they are actually complex machines, and that before they existed, getting dressed was a serious chore. Let's look back at the United States in the 1890s. Daily life required a lot of manual labor, and that included the simple act of putting on clothes. Garments relied heavily on long, tightly spaced rows of small closures. Fastening a dress meant pushing dozens of individual buttons through dozens of stiff buttonholes, one by one. Footwear was just as demanding. High shoes required you to sit down and work your way up a long column of individual closures just to secure a single boot. People were tired of spending so much time just getting their clothes on and off. There was a clear, massive demand for a faster, easier way to fasten things together. In 1893, an American engineer named Whitcomb Judson tried to solve this problem. He patented the first version of the mechanical zipper, but his design had a major flaw. The hooks he used simply wouldn't stay securely interlocked. If you were walking down the street and bent over, the fastener might suddenly pop apart. For the people wearing these early zippers, having their clothing burst open in public was highly embarrassing. Consumers quickly lost trust in the device. People stopped buying them, and sales of Judson's invention plummeted. A clever concept doesn't matter if it can't perform its basic job. The fastener needed a complete mechanical overhaul to be commercially viable. The solution came from a Swedish engineer named Dr. Gideon Sundback. He looked at Judson's failing prototype and redesigned it into 3 core working parts. First, he created 2 opposing rows of dozens of small metal or plastic hooks, which we now call teeth. Second, he added a slider mechanism. When you pull it one way, it forces the hooks on both sides to join together. Pull it the other way, and it wedges them apart. Third, he anchored those metal hooks onto 2 flexible strips of cloth. By mounting the teeth on cloth, Sundback ensured they would stay in a fixed position relative to one another. The fabric strips are flexible enough to move with the wearer, but strong enough to hold teeth in place so the zipper doesn't come apart. By securing the teeth to flexible cloth, Sundback solved the reliability problem entirely. He took a device that was a public punchline and turned it into a highly functional tool. This diagram illustrates how elegant that motion really is. The slider acts as a tiny traveling wedge. It forces the offset teeth into a precise interlocking pattern, creating a secure bond out of dozens of separate moving parts. The mechanism works so effectively that the design has remained virtually unchanged. The zippers we use today are essentially identical to Sundback's century-old iteration. The history of the zipper is a reminder that innovation is a process of iteration. Today's universal fastener didn't appear overnight. It was salvaged from a decade of mechanical flaws